What? I'm sorry. Like, how many times you fucking see a Caustic just crouching behind his fucking barrel, okay? Like, realistically, I'm sorry. You're in a building, you crouch behind your barrel, somebody pushes your barrel, you shoot the barrel. You literally take 100, all three of you could take 180 damage. He just takes his ultimate and he just throws it at his feet. He pops all his barrels and he sits still. You can't push. You can't kill them. You can't do it. You just can't. You just can't. It's a broken fucking character. And for some reason, people are like, he's not broken. Don't nerf him. Yeah. Shut up. You're like, literally, you smell like bronze. You are so bronze that you can stand in the middle of New York and people will give you dollars because they think you're fucking one of those, like, you know, like Mr. Roboto fucking figures and stuff like that. They'll think you're one of those. They'll think you a statue. They'll take pictures in front of you. You're that bronze. Okay? I don't want to hear it. Like, that's how I feel. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, look, Jerry, look at this bronze statue. It's so beautiful. Let's take a picture. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Okay, so I got that point across about Caustic, okay? Got that point about Caustic. Great. I'm glad that we got that away, right? So that's why I think that, like, there's a large portion of the community that's opinion is invalid. And I'm sorry to say it's invalid, but that's just the fucking truth. Because at the highest competitive play, when you play video games, okay, like a lot of the community, especially in ranked, okay, a lot of what in pubs is a direct reflection of ranked. You play to get better, and anything you do, you don't just do it because you do it, right? I mean, that shouldn't be the case. You always playing because you want to win. You want to do better. That's what the battle royale is about. You know, you're trying to win. You're trying to win. You're trying to get, like, better at the game. You're trying to grow, especially in the ranked competitive scene, okay? Ranked and competitive are two different things, but they intertwine, okay? Because in ranked, you'll have Revenant, Octane, Caustic. In competitive, you'll have Caustic, Gibraltar, Wraith, or Caustic, Gibraltar, Horizon. Like, it's a little bit different, okay? Like, I understand that. It's, like, a little different and whatnot. So there's a difference between, like, being annoying and being good for competitive. Now, do I think that Octane and Revenant and all that stuff can be in competitive? Yes and no. Like, I do think that it has somewhat of a place, but I'm going to say it like this. The casual person that is coming home from a 9 to 5 goes and does their job. They come home, they pop on Apex, and they play Apex. They don't care, in my opinion. They're not drooling over the patch notes like a professional player or a top-tier player or someone who is diamond or someone who is platinum and diamond in trying to get to masters and all that stuff like that. You literally hop on and you're like, oh, that's a cool change. Like, oh, I didn't even realize that changed. Like, oh, cool. Like, you're just playing the game because you like Apex. There's nothing wrong with just liking Apex. Like, I understand that portion. Like, I get it. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Fuck, shenanigans. Thanks for the 5 good sub. Sleepy, thanks for the tier 1 for 9 months. Holy, thanks for the tier 1 for 2 months. Oh, Drew, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Boogie Buddha, appreciate the 3 months. The tier 3 for 7 months. God damn it. Kailani, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Graham Steve, thanks for the 23 months, almost 2 years. I don't know how that happened, but that's crazy. JCC, thanks for the tier 2 for 10 months. Whew. Tim, thanks for the Prime sub. The Milkman, thank you so much. I appreciate it as well. Thank you. Vig, thanks for the tier 1 for 9 months. Broken Bear, thanks for the tier 1 for 6 months. The Yoon, thanks for the Prime sub. Lost Omega, thanks for the tier 1 for 11 months. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Rock Furious, thanks for the Prime sub. Rad McCoolman, thanks for the Prime sub. S-Boy, thanks for the Prime sub for 2 months. Okay, I caught up. Now, it's a grand majority of the player base that is just comes home and they just sit. Vile Felony, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Stop. Blackacre, stop. Thanks for the 5 good sub. Stop. Fucking stop. All right, so you get home, right? You get home, you pop on the game, patch notes come out, you download the patch. You don't even probably read the patch. You probably just hop on and play the fucking game. You probably just enjoy it. You probably just enjoy Apex Legends. When you hear King's Canyon, you probably play for 2 hours, and if you get frustrated, you can simply get up, walk away. I get it, right? It's just whatever it may be, like, you have the option because this is my full-time job. Playing Apex is my full-time job. Playing games is my full-time job, however you want to word it. Streaming, right? That is my shit. Apex is my bread and butter. I love the game to death. This is how I play it, right? And this is for many others. Now, for the competitive scene and the rank scene and stuff like that, we, you know, why are you crying about working 9 to 5 and getting wiped? Oh, I don't know. I was wait, your question. I was like, wait, what? Okay. So anyway, you know, Yeah, if you work a 9 to 5 and you're and it is what it is. Like it's okay. Like I'm saying that you could still be really good at the game, but like there's a difference when you work a 9 to 5 and you come home and you're trying to fucking get better at the game and you get faced with things that are in the game that are just broken, right? You just sit there and you're like, bro, this is dumb. Like I'm getting rewarded for good aim, but then like completely just getting destroyed by abilities. So it brings me to my point, right? Apex, when it first came out, and there's a prime example of the Watson tournament, the old school tournament, which was Pathfinder, Watson, Wraith. If you think about those characters' abilities, right? It is simply, if you throw nades, it gets eaten, but you can kill the gen. Killing fences is you just shoot the fences and you can kill the fences, right? But there's no significant ult that does damage to you or like crowd controls you or, you know, does something that limits your ability for like movement in a sense to like skill and everything like that. Now we look at the current game and it has quite literally become ability legends. And nobody can say different. They're even releasing new legends. Okay, we can even look at Gibraltar, but Gibraltar has one of those things where like when Watson was meta, you place Watson down and all these bombs come back from above and it really nullified Gippy in that sense. So it made Gibby not that important. It made him somewhat balanced because of Watson's gen. When they started taking away and putting a timer on Watson gens, at that point we see the gen get placed down, we're like, just wait for the gen. You know, just wait for the gen. Or like just kill the gen because they're going to place it out in the open, just kill it and then drop the bombs. But that was the counterplay to it, right? But now we fast forward into what it is now, right? Now we have Horizon, where she throws her ult, it sucks everybody in. You can't see anything. It's a very loud noises. It's like everything is so fucking obnoxiously loud in the game now. And the thing is every legend they release, it's becoming more and more and more ability legends. And the reason why is you can look at a prime example, look at Fuse. You shoot a Fuse ult, and yes, it's not the craziest fucking thing in the world right now at this point. It's not seen in competitive. But if we really, really, really think about Fuse's ult, that shit is actually gross. It does 75 damage if you touch it. And you get slowed. Like, and it's so loud. It's so loud. 75 damage if you touch it. And on top of that, if you don't have like another character that you could just like, you know, have Horizon Q to bounce up and get over it, or you don't have like some type of like counterplay to it, you just die. You're just trapped in a ring of fire. And that sounds like, it sounds cool. It's like fish in a barrel. And I get it. The ability's cool. The ability's awesome. I understand that. But it's one of those things of like, that's a prime example of like, now we combine this with all these ults that you don't really need to shoot your gun. You really don't need to. If you bunker up in a building, realistically, we were showing it on rank last night. If we simply, or not even, was it last night? I don't even remember. But like, you literally just go in a building, throw caustic barrels, chill till endgame. That's it. You just wait. You just wait. You pick a fight. You're going to get top 5 as long as you make it to the zone. If you literally don't fight and you don't like pick apart these revenants, you don't like, you know, you don't try to fight the revenant squads. Because when you try to fight the revenant squads, this brings me to my next point of like King's Canyon. King's Canyon is just too small. There's a giant gaping hole in the map where Mirage Voyage is, and it makes no sense. It makes no sense. There is literally 2 POI chance, like at least 2 POIs that could be placed, that could have been placed in that spot. And not even that. It's just like they did it with Crash Site where they put a high and a low. They used one large part and made a high and made a low. They dug deep and they built. Right? So it's one of those things of like, you have King's Canyon now where it's just flat levels. Like if you don't have the newest place, if you don't go to the newest place, the loot is atrocious. The map is flat. Everybody can third party. You could put an Octane jump pad quite literally from POI to POI. You can almost get halfway to a POI in one Octane jump pad. And that to me is just bonkers. It just blows my mind. And it's all flat ground. And a prime example of this is you can get from market to salvage with an Octane jump pad. Realistically. You know what I mean? And I get it. Like some POIs, like they're that close. But like if you really, really, really think about certain scenarios like this, yeah, point of interest is POI. So the thing is like the map is super, super like small, which makes, if you fight a Revenant Octane off of drop and you 50-50 and there's not 20 zones, but like there's not 20 POIs, but you're fighting and you're 50-50, especially in ranked, it's just obnoxious because you're even combining it by getting these little batteries that give you your ult off of drop. So now what these teams are doing is they're just running Revenant, Octane, Caustic. They're getting their ult. They're getting the first gun they do, popping down a Revenant totem, sending it on your face. And you're just like, what? And even if you manage to do damage to them, if it's off drop or it's off something, you're literally taking so much damage with very, very little heals, and they're already octane jump padding right in your face. Not only that, the audio issues in the game are unbelievably worse than it's ever been, because now you have a Horizon Q. Mind you, Horizon's my main. I'm going to talk shit about her all day. You go on Horizon Q, you can't hear anything. Can't hear a thing. Nothing. You hear the first person that goes up, but then the second and third person that goes up, you hear nothing. And after that, you're not even thinking about it. And on top of that, Revenant, you can't hear Revenant when he's in his ult. It's like everyone becomes silent.